Good morning, everybody. This is a beginner flow class. I usually do a Friday 10 a.m. Beginner's flow class. So if any of you from my class want to check this out later or join me now. For this class, we've been breaking down the Sun Salutation. And so we work our way through all the poses in that, we slow them down, we make sure our alignment is correct, and then we move through the Sun Salutation more at normal speed. And then sometimes I'll introduce a new standing pose or balance. So you'll just need a yoga mat if you have one. And if you have yoga blocks, you can use those just as a prop in case you need it for certain poses. We'll go ahead and get started. So just sit nice and tall. Legs are crossed, however's comfortable. Stacking the shoulders over the hips. Reaching the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. And we're going to breathe through the nose. Just nice, smooth, deep breaths. Notice any tension in the body, maybe in the hips, in the back, in the shoulders, or the jaw. And every exhale, just consciously start to release some of that tension, letting the body relax a little bit more. If you notice the mind racing with thoughts or worries, focus on your breath. Maybe even do a slow count of 4 on each inhale, and a slow count of 4 on each exhale. Give your mind something to focus on and also slow the breath down. Last breath here. Now we're going to link some movement with the breath. So we're going to inhale, raise those arms out to the side, bringing them all the way above the head, palms touching. And then exhale, sweep them back down. Again, inhale, bring them up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale, sweep them nice and tall. Exhale, float them back down. Hands can rest on the knees. We'll do some neck stretches here, so sitting tall. We're going to inhale at center. Exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the head down to the right side, that ear coming towards the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the head down to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the head down to the right, and we'll hold it here. You can even place the left hand on the floor, reaching down. You'll get more of a stretch in the shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the head down to the left, and we'll hold it here. You can place that right hand on the floor by the side, stretching out that shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And we're going to exhale, we're going to twist the body to the right. So left hand comes to the right knee, looking over the right shoulder. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep the torso tall. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And last one to the left. Inhale, back to center. We're going to come onto our hands and knees for cat-cow pose. So you want the knees hip-width apart directly under the hips, tops of the feet are on the floor, hip-width apart. Hands are shoulder-width apart with the wrists under the shoulders, spread those fingers wide. And you have a flat back here to start. And then on the next inhale, we're going to drop the belly, raising the head and tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the back, belly button coming up towards the ceiling and the chin towards the chest. Again, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the back. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round back, chin towards the chest. And then we'll come to a flat back. We're going to inhale here. Exhales will be on all fours. And then we're going to inhale, reach the right arm, left leg out, so the opposite ones, trying to keep them parallel to the floor. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, down. And last one, left arm, right leg. Exhale, down. All right, from here, we're going to curl the toes under, and we're going to push up to down dog, so straightening the legs as the hips reach towards the ceiling. Bend the knees here, straighten the legs. Just do it a few times. You can walk one leg out at a time. We're going to take as many steps as you need with the feet up to the hands into an easy forward fold. So the feet are about hip width apart, insides of the feet are parallel. Knees are bent as much as you need. Let the head and torso hang down, grab your elbows. You can even sway here a little, get a little movement in the hips. Drop the arms, hands reaching towards the floor. We're going to slowly ragdoll roll up. So one vertebrae at a time, keeping the shoulders drop down until you come more to standing, shoulders and head coming up last. All right, we're going to step the right foot back. Feet are about 3 feet wide, whatever feels comfortable. Toes are pointed in front of you, sides of the feet are parallel to the edge of the mat. And we're going to fold down, hands reaching out to the floor in front of you. All right, we're going to get a little bit of a twist in here. So we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up. And you can always bring the hand to the hip, if that feels better. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, down. And last one, left arm up. Exhale, down. All right, just start to make your way back up to standing. We're going to come to the front of the mat for mountain pose. So the feet are hip width apart. Like I said, the insides of the feet are parallel. Start to move the feet around. You want to press every part of the bottom of the foot as you can into the floor, spreading the toes. Nice and grounded here. Legs are straight, standing tall. Maybe drop the tailbone just a little bit towards the floor. Just feel what's comfortable. You don't want to be lifting the tailbone too high towards the ceiling. Arms are by your sides, palms open. Fingertips are going to reach towards the floor. Reach the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes. Breathe here. And maybe on the next inhale, reach everything up towards the ceiling. Pull the muscles up nice and tall. And then on the exhales, let everything reach towards the floor. All right, we're going to get some arm movement here. So we're going to inhale, reach those arms all the way towards the ceiling. Palms coming together if they can. And then exhale, sweep them back down. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, last one, all the way up. Exhale, arms back down. Stand in mountain. Notice how with just that movement we've started to create some heat in the body. Alright, we'll add a forward fold here. So inhale, reach the arms nice and tall. And then exhale, we're going to swan dive down. And hands can come to the knees if they need to, the shins, or you can reach towards the floor. This is where the blocks can come in handy. You can do the blocks short, you can do them tall, just whatever helps you get into this pose and feel good in the stretch. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Just let the head drop towards the floor. Let the shoulders relax, let the arms hang down. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to sweep the body and the arms all the way back up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands are going to come to heart center, prayer position. Inhale, sweep those arms nice and tall again. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bend the knees as much as you need. Maybe even bend the knees a lot, almost sitting down, straightening the legs. Get a little movement here. Make sure you breathe nice through the nose. Hang down. And then inhale, sweep it all the way back up. Reach up. Exhale, hands, prayer position at the chest. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, fold down. Remember to bend the knees as much as you need to. And from here, as you're hanging down, maybe walk the hands over to the right side of the body, getting a little bit of a twist, trying to keep those feet flat to the floor. Come back to the center. And then reach over to the left side of the body on the floor. Come back to the center. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes. Breathe through the nose. Notice the breath. Heart rate is picked up a little bit. Body's warming up. Alright, we'll add a half lift on the forward fold. So inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold down all the way. Breathe here. Inhale, we're going to come up halfway, flat back, so the hands can rest on the thighs or the shins or even the knees. And then exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep everything up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands at the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, offer the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep it all the way back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Starting to feel good this morning with that little bit of flow on this rainy, cloudy day. So let's add a back bend. So we'll come to the floor after we flow a little here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, offer the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold down. And take as many steps as you need, little steps, or you can take 2 big steps to come into plank. So you're up on your toes, feet are hip width apart. You're making that body come into more of like a plank position. Send the tailbone towards the feet, which I know sounds kind of strange. You're just tucking those belly muscles up. Hands are shoulder width apart with the fingers spread. Drop the knees down. So maintain plank in the upper part of the body. So the shoulders are spread wide. Wrists under the shoulders. And then just bring one foot back up on the toes and the other back up on the toes so the legs are straight. Come into plank again. Breathe. And drop down to the knees. We'll do this a few more times. Just make sure you're breathing through the nose. Trying to keep it steady as we go through this pose. Step the one foot back, up on the toes, step the other back so the legs are straight, coming into full plank. Drop the knees down. Notice how you're starting to build some strength in these arms and the abs and the thighs. One more time. Straighten the legs, you're up on your toes, plank, breathe. All right, bring the knees down, and then we're going to come all the way down to the belly. Let me scoot back a little bit so you can see me. All right, we're going to do some back bends. So we're going to start with, we're going to do cobra. So feet are hip width apart. Send that tailbone towards the feet. Hands are under the shoulders. Elbows are tucked in right next to the sides. So you don't want them hanging out to the sides. You want them tucked in nice and close. We're going to inhale and bring just the chest up. Maybe even let the hands hover above the floor so you're engaging that upper back and the shoulders. Try to breathe here. And then come down, rest the forehead on the floor, and relax the body. All right, we'll do another round, maybe coming up a little bit higher this time if it feels good. So the hands are under the shoulders, tuck those elbows into the sides. Inhale, bring that chest up, and you can stay here, or you can push the floor away just a little bit, keeping those elbows bent, shoulder blades squeeze back, send the tailbone towards the feet, and bring it back down. Rest the forehead down, relax the body. All right, one more. So start to come into position. Fingers are spread wide. Send that tailbone towards the feet. Inhale, bring the chest up. You can stay here again, or you can come up to where you did last time, or maybe even a little bit further. Just pay attention to the lower back so that it feels good. There should be no pinching or pain. Just a nice stretch here in the front of the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And come back down. Relax everything to the floor. All right, from here we're going to come into downward dog. So come up to hands and knees into that tabletop position. Knees are under the hips. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders. Flat back. So we're going to start with just a little bit of a warm-up here for down dog. So you're going to reach the hands out more in front of you. Still shoulder width apart, keeping the knees under the hips, and you're going to drop the belly down towards the floor. Drop the forehead towards the floor. not touching necessarily, but you want the ears between the upper arms. And notice what a big stretch there is here. The back is nice and long. The neck is nice and long. You're going to feel that stretch under the arms, in the chest, in the shoulders, in the back. This is where you want to work towards when you're in full down dog. All right, come up, walk the hands back. So it's a little easier to get the upper body in that position when the knees are bent. All right, so for down dog, you're going to curl the toes under, and you're going to push the hips up, straightening the legs, and then pushing that torso into position just like you were on the floor a second ago. So try and get the ears between the arms, really lengthening that spine. Then let the hamstrings release. Go ahead and come down to the knees. I know that one's a hard one to hold. It is a good overall stretch for the body though. So the more you practice it, the stronger you'll get doing it, and you can hold it longer. All right, the toes are curled under. Straighten those legs as the hips lift. Really push the floor away, lengthen that torso and the arms, and then just start, and you can keep the knees bent here as much as you need to. But you can let the legs start to straighten, sending the heels towards the floor, and then come back down to the knees. All right, another round. Straighten the legs, lifting those hips nice and tall. Feel that overall stretch. And knees back down. All right, one more time. Straighten the legs, sending the hips up towards the ceiling. Push that floor away. And come down to the knees. All right. From here, we'll come to down dog just for a second. Let's push the hips up. And then we're going to just take just as many steps as you need up to the hands. Feet are hip width apart. Hang down in a forward fold. And maybe play with your forward fold. Notice how the hamstrings are a little more stretched out. Maybe you can straighten the legs a little bit more. Maybe the torso drops a little farther here. All right, inhale, offer the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Prayer position. Take inventory of the breath. Notice how the body feels after doing a lot of strength work there. All right, we're going to flow through those poses, which is a Sun Salutation. And we'll slow it down for the first couple rounds and we'll speed it up. So each movement matches a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Hang down here for a second. Next inhale, offer the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Take as many steps as you need to get back to plank. Hands around, wrists are under the shoulders, feet are hip width apart. Send the tailbone towards the feet. Now we're going to drop the knees down, bring the chest and belly down. Elbows are tucked into the sides, hands under the shoulders, feet are hip width apart for cobra. So inhale, bring that chest up. Maybe even push the arms a little bit straighter. And then come back down. Exhale. And we're just going to come to the knees. Tabletop. Curl the toes under, push up to down dog. So really lift those hips high. Release the back of the legs as much as feels good. Inhale. Exhale, walk the feet up to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, offer the heart up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep the arm all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Another round. Inhale, sweep those arms nice and tall. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, offer the heart up. Exhale, fold down. Take as many steps as you need to come back into plank. Feet are hip width apart, tailbone towards the feet. Spread those shoulders. And then let's bring the body down towards the floor, resting on the belly. Elbows tucked in, hands under the shoulders. Next inhale, cobra. Bring that chest up. Exhale, come back down. And maybe this time curl the toes under and just push up to plank, legs straight. And let's push the hips towards the ceiling for down dog. And if you need to move the feet a little bit to get into down dog, that's okay. Inhale. Exhale. Take as many steps as you need. Up to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, offer the heart up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep the arms nice and tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale, sweep those arms nice and high. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, bring the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Step back to plank, as many steps as you need. Feet are hip width apart, spread the shoulders, tailbone towards the feet. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, chest and belly down. Elbows tucked into the sides. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. You can curl the toes, or you can come to the knees here. Push up to plank, or you can come to tabletop. Take a breath. And then we're going to push it up to down dog. So you can move the feet if you need. Straightening those legs nice and long. Pushing the hips high. Inhale. Exhale. Walk those feet as many steps as you need to the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, offer the heart up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep the arms nice and tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Notice the body, notice the heat we've built. Notice how the body maybe feels a little looser than when you started. Heart rate is picked up. Maybe even notice the mind being a little calmer. All right. You can just relax the body for a second. We'll work on a couple of standing poses here. We'll do tree pose, which is a balance, and if you need a wall, you can move to a wall if you want to. We're going to start moving the feet a little bit. So maybe come up on the balls of the feet, standing on the toes, and then rock back. Try to just come to the heels, rock back and forth, just to start to move the feet and the ankles. Maybe even kind of do side to side, which is weird and kind of hard. Alright, so we're going to start with the right foot on the floor. Really press the bottom of the floor, or the foot to the floor. Really ground that foot. Spread the toes as much as you can. And then start to lift that left leg up a little bit, just to start to put more of the weight in that right leg. Maybe even bring the left knee to the chest. And feel where the balance is today. And then you're going to either bring the toes to the floor, right inside that right foot, and you can stay here for it, or you can bring the bottom of the foot to the calf, or the inner thigh. Just stay away from the knee. Standing tall. Hands can be on the hips. You can bring the hands to the chest. Find a focal point out in front of you to focus on. And you can let the body wobble just a little bit. So give your ankles some strength and flexibility here. Alright, then just slowly bring that left leg down. And we'll do the other leg this time. So left foot, start to ground it to the floor. Spread the toes. Put more of the weight in that leg. Raise the right leg just a little. Maybe even bring the knee up. Feel where your balance is. And sometimes it's easier on one side of the body than the other. Now you can bring those right toes to the floor, resting inside that foot. And you can be here. Or you can bring that foot to the calf. Or once again, you can come up to the inner thigh. Just wherever feels good today. Hands can be at the hips or the chest. Find that focal point. Let the body wobble if it needs to a little. Just maintain that focus, and that'll help the body focus. Breathe through the nose. And then slowly, let's bring that leg down. Shake the body out. Alright, we'll work on Warrior One. So keeping that right foot at the front of the mat, you're going to step the left foot back about 3 feet or so. It just depends on how tall you are, how long your legs are. But you still want your feet to be hip width apart. So you don't necessarily want that back foot to line up with the right. Sometimes that can be a little too hard on the knee. So feet are still hip width apart. That back foot is at an angle. So about 15 degrees. So that big toe is more towards the front of the mat. Bring the hips square to the front of the mat. And this should feel pretty good. If you need to widen the feet out side to side, you can do that. Now we're going to bend that front knee. And if you notice that the knee is coming way too far over the foot, you need to widen your stance from front to back. If you notice that maybe you feel like you could come down a little farther, maybe your stance is too close. So just play around with it a little bit. You want the knee over the ankle. Hips are still facing the front of the mat. And you can just stay here with the hands on the hips. Straighten that back leg, really pushing that foot to the floor. Maybe you can raise the arms up nice and tall. Just relax the shoulders. Breathe. Bring the arms down. And we'll just step up to the front of the mat. So you can see how much those warrior poses, they have a lot of strength in the legs, a lot of strength in the torso. All right, this time the left foot stays at the front of the mat. Ground that foot down. Step the right foot back. Whatever distance works for you. Just make sure that they're still hip width apart on the mat. And that foot's at an angle, pressing the foot flat. So that back leg's going to be straight. And we're going to bend that front leg. Knee over the ankle. Keeping the hips square to the front of the mat. If you need to widen the stance, go ahead. Hands can stay on the hips. Torso's nice and tall. Maybe even reach those arms up, shoulder width apart. Just relax the shoulders down. Don't crunch them up by the ears. Just keep them relaxed. Breathe. And then we're just going to bring the arms down, step up to the front of the mat. Alright, shake the body out. We're going to flow, and then we'll come to some seated postures. So stand in mountain, grounding the feet, fingertips reaching towards the floor, tailbone reaching towards the floor a little bit, top of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Take some nice deep breaths here. Inhale, sweep the arms nice and tall. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, offer the heart halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Take as many steps as you need to come into plank. Find your plank. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knees, chest, and belly down. Elbows tucked in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. You can either curl the toes under to push up to plank or come to the hands and knees. And then let's come into down dog. Last down dog, so really push the floor away, reach those hips high. Straighten the legs as much as feels good. Then we're going to drop the knees down to the floor, wide, so they're at the edges of the mat. Hold on just a second, sorry. Okay. All right. Knees are wide on the mat. Rest, the toes are touching behind you. We're going to drop the hips and the tailbone down towards the feet. And then reach the arms out. So to drop the belly down, drop the head down. Just let everything start to rest towards the floor. You can fold the arms above the head. All right, we're going to slowly come up into a seated position. Find the sit bones on the floor. Legs are straight in front of you. Feet are together, toes reaching towards the ceiling. Sitting that back nice and tall. Hands are by the sides. Really straightening that back. It's called staff pose, so just pretend there's a staff running up through the back. Breathe here. All right, from here we're going to come into a seated forward fold. So sitting nice and tall, bring the hands to the thighs, and we're just going to start to walk the hands out. The torso is going to follow. So you don't have to come down very far in this, just try to keep the back relatively flat in this one. So even if you come down just a little bit, as long as you feel a little bit of a stretch in the hamstrings, maybe a little bit in the lower back, that's where you want to be. Nice even breaths through the nose. Slowly bring the back to the staff position again. We're going to do one called E-stretch posture, and you can do just the first part of it, or you can come into the full pose if it feels okay. So the hands are going to come behind you, about 10 to 12 inches, palms flat, fingers spread, fingertips pointing towards the toes. So just start to come into that position here, and then you can just reach the chest towards the ceiling, kind of squeezing those shoulder blades together. And you can drop the head all the way back, or chin towards the chest, wherever feels good. Now the full posture is to lift the hips, toes coming towards the floor. So it's like a reverse plank. So this one can be intense, only do what feels good. And come back down, so you're in staff again. Find the front of those sit bones. Alright, we're going to do cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. I've heard it called different things. So the bottoms of the feet are going to come together, heels close to the inner thighs. And if this is ever too uncomfortable, you can always move the feet away from the body, have more of a diamond shaped here with the legs. And you'll get a little bit different stretch, but it's still a stretch, so that's good. Alright, we're just letting the knees fall towards the floor. And even if your hips are a little tight, you may not be able to come down that far, and that's okay. We just want to feel that stretch. So grab the feet with the hands, sitting nice and tall. And we're going to inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, just start to bring the belly towards the floor, the chest down towards the feet. Elbows can rest on the calves if you come down that far. Just trying to keep that back mostly flat. You don't really want to curve that back up towards the ceiling too much. I'm getting more of a back stretch there rather than an inner thigh stretch. So you should feel that inner thigh stretch here. Maybe try to come down just a little bit farther. And then slowly come back up to seated. We're going to cross the legs, get just another counter stretch here. So this time the hands are flat on the floor, fingers spread wide, fingertips pointing behind you. Straight arms, and you're just going to lift the chest up towards the ceiling again. Dropping the head back or forward, however it needs to feel comfortable. Alright, back up to seated. We're going to go ahead and come onto our backs. Alright, let the hips and the shoulders settle to the floor. Feet are on the floor. Now we're going to slowly start to bring those legs up in the air as straight as is comfortable. You can flex the feet or point the toes, maybe even roll the ankles. Those feet a stretch. We're going to bring the knees to the chest. We're going to do some twisting here. So bring the arms out to the sides like a T, palms touching the floor. Drop the knees down to the right side of the body, just as far down as they feel like coming down. If you want them to touch, that bottom one to touch, and that left shoulder can't stay on the floor, that's okay. But try to keep the left shoulder down. It's a little bit more of a twist here. You can look up towards the ceiling, or if you want a little bit more of a twist, you can turn the head to the left. You can even raise that upper leg, bring that foot more flat to the floor. You're still getting a bit of a twist, but it's a little bit gentler. back to center, back to the chest. And then we're going to drop the knees down to the left side of the body. Trying to let that left knee drop down. The right shoulder's trying to stay down on the floor, but if it needs to pop up a little, that's okay. Looking towards the ceiling or turning the head to the right. And if you need that top knee to come up more towards the ceiling, that's okay. So we want these stretches to feel good. Knees back to center, back to the chest. Really squeeze those thighs into the belly. Alright, our last one's going to be happy baby. So just drop the knees out to the sides of the body, and the feet can just stay here, resting in between the legs. Or you can start to bring the bottoms of the feet towards the ceiling. More of it's kind of like an upside down squat. You can grab the outsides of the thighs, the calves, or the outsides of the feet, which pulls those knees a little closer towards the floor. We'll breathe here. Knees to the chest again. And now it's time for Shavasana, final relaxation. So just bring those legs down to the floor. Feet are falling open. Move the hips and shoulders around if you are comfortable. If you need to bring the feet to the floor to release a little bit of tension in the lower back, you can do that, whichever feels better. Arms are by the sides, palms facing the ceiling. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Tighten the legs, the hips, the shoulders, the arms, the tush, face, jaw, everything. Just tense everything up on the body. And then slowly and consciously release all that tension towards the floor, letting the body melt down. Close your eyes. Breathe through the nose. Just nice, smooth, deep breaths. And relax. If you're holding any tension in the body, breathe into those places, and every exhale, just consciously relax it down. The mind is beginning to wander, it's beginning to race. Focus on the breath. Notice each inhale as it fills up the belly, fills up the lungs. And then every exhale as the air all releases from the body. Notice how everything can sink a little closer to the floor. right now doing this yoga class, you're doing something good for your body and for your mind. Focus on the breath. Bring some awareness back to the body. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe stretch the arms and legs. Slowly bring the feet to the mat, knees bent. And then bring the knees to the chest. Roll to your right side. Rest your head on your arm. Gently and slowly push up to seated. We're going to sit in a cross-legged position again. Back's nice and tall. Shoulders over the hips. Hands can rest on the knees. Close your eyes. We'll breathe here. Hands come together at the heart in prayer position. Just notice the body and the mind for a second. And think about how you felt at the beginning of this class, maybe tense, maybe a little stressed, anxious. And notice how you feel now. Hopefully more relaxed. The mind's a little quieter. And just know that that quiet mind and that calm body can be found anytime, not only on the yoga mat, but just focusing on the breath. Last breath here. And you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, guys. This will be up on YouTube later today. And next week I will do all my classes live on Facebook and also put them on YouTube. So have a good weekend.